we want to do is we want to create the option to let new users log in and be able to see that pass section, right? Because if a new user, let me say Daniel dot frames logs in, so Daniel dot frames logs in and he comes here to zero entry. You see, this is empty, and it's reasonably empty because this guy does not have, what's the word? This guy does not have any rules dedicated to him. You see, you need to, as a user, have rules dedicated to you. So we need to create that channel that will let AppSheet create rules for the person when the person first logs in. So we'll come here, and then what we're going to do is I'm going to scroll down here in the GL section where we have the plus that allows the user to actually add this. We're going to take that off. We don't need it. So I'm going to click this icon and I'm going to say, we don't need this guy, hide him. Okay, so to be able to create a rule for each new user, we're going to go to the control table. In the control table, remember the ID is a user email. So we are going to set a form that's going to pick the user email once that button is clicked. So we'll come here to views and then under control, so scroll down here, you see control form, click there, click show in preview. This is everything over here. But all we need to do is we need to make sure this column picks the user email. So I'm going to click here, come here to text, and then under auto compute, I'm going to set this to user email. Like that. And save. Click done. You get it. So this particular column is going to pick the user email. We don't need the other columns. So I'm just going to come to manual, and then I'm going to hide all these columns. Okay. Now, we need to make sure that the initial value for the debits and credits, before I forget, where did I set there? Yeah, okay, good. We need to make sure the debits and credits, the initial values are 1. Okay, it can't be blank. So initial value is 1 for this guy. Done. And then for credit lines to initial value is also 1. Like this. Okay, done. And then we know that this is going to be a user email. Fantastic. I'm going to add some virtual columns here. I'm going to say header. Good. So when you click here, I'm going to say, welcome new user. And copy this. I have a feeling I would have to change it. Show. Okay. Type is, let's say section header. And let me put this here rather. Save. You don't need it here. I'm going to take it off. Leave it blank. Good. I'm going to click done. Come to form control. Like this. Good. So welcome new user, and I'm going to have some kind of description about how to use the GL. Okay, so I'll have a section, an image that will show you how to use a GL. I created a video on how you can do all these things. Okay, so we have the welcome header. We're going to also create an image so the user kind of had an idea of how this particular view can be used. You can also create a video if you want. So I'm going to come here. I'm going to change this back to Daniel Atusu. Click this. Okay. And we have something like this. So I'll take a screenshot of this. Let me take my image off. So in Mac, the shortcut take a screenshot is Command-Shift-4. In Windows, I think is Windows S or Windows Shift S. I'm not too sure. I used to know. I seem to have forgotten. Okay, so let me take a screenshot of this. Okay, so we have this image. Good. I'm going to open PowerPoint. I'm going to show you how to create what I want you to do. New. Okay, so we have this. I'm going to blank, and I'm going to bring in our layout. So I'm going to bring in our image that we just took. So from file, desktop, screenshot, insert. Good. So we have something like this. Is that okay? Okay. So basically what we want to do is we want to create shapes. So the user understands what they're looking at. This is not part of AppSheet, but then I just want to, let me use an outline of green. So under shapes, an outline of orange, and then I'll say no fill. So you have something like this, right? I'll increase the weight to something like this. So this is orange. Then I'll copy this. I'll come here, paste this. Oh, I'm just realizing I forgot one important aspect. You see over here, this icon is very, very important. Users need to know that they need to click on it to edit. So I need to take another screenshot that captures that. Okay, and I'll bring this one here rather. Let me delete this guy. Don't worry, you very soon understand what I'm trying to do. Center back. Okay, good. So I have this. This guy is for this. Okay. This guy is for this. All right. Let me change the color quickly. Shape. Change this color to something nicer. Good. So we have green, we have orange. Okay. Control C, Control V. Reduce this. Move him here. Okay. So we want to select this icon. Okay. I'll make him a different color. Flip, colors, is move. Good. All right. So the whole purpose of this is to let the users know what these sections are supposed to be, because it's not a normal view in AppSheet. So you want the user to kind of appreciate that, okay, when I log in, this is what I'm going to see for the very first time. Now, whilst they are reading this and they click save to proceed, right, they are actually going to create a record for themselves. And then that will help you to be able to log in their ID and create a specific rule for them. Okay, so if you've watched the video, it will be very helpful. Other than that, probably you will not really understand what I'm trying to say. Okay, so I'm going to say this is 1. Change the color to orange, I believe. Oh no, the outline. The color to orange. And I'll make this no fill. Like this. So copy V. This will be 2. This will be 3. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, right? We have to group all these. So I'm going to hold Control and select all of them. And then I'll come here to arrange, come to group, comes 1, object, and I can right click and save as a picture. Let's save it as desktop. And let's say accounting preview, something like this, and save. Right, so I have this in place. Now, what I'm going to do is let's just see how it looks like. So as an image, this is what it looks like, right? So fantastic. The user will probably see something like this. They know that, okay, we'll have a simple write-up that says section 1 is a control. You enter all these fields. Section 2, you need to click this edit icon. And then section 3, you go to edit and select the main account, related account, debit and credit. And then you click save. Something like that. A very simple preview section. Okay, so with that done, what we're going to do is we're going to come into our app, come to our spreadsheet, click on this folder icon, click here. Okay, let me bring back my image, Control H. Okay, and then let me put this here. Good. Now we are going to come here, then we're going to upload our image. So click on File Upload, and then we're going to come to Desktop and then Accounting Preview. Okay, good. So this is going to load, and then it's going to come in here as Accounting Preview, PNG. Good. Now, once you have this in place, okay, you can come into your accounting software, and then you click here, add a new tab, call it Preview Image. Okay, set this to blank, that's our formula, and come here, set it to show type. Category is image. You can also do a video, by the way. And then we're just going to put the image's name, which is preview. Is it preview account or accounting preview? No, let me just take the name. So click here, rename, copy this with a PNG, copy everything. Okay, come into your app. Now, we're able to use this technique because we have the file and the image in the same folder. Other than that, you probably will have to provide the link, right? I'm going to click save, click done. And then once we have this in place, let's come to view. Okay, control, not this control. We are looking for control form. Control form. Okay, let's add our image below. Click save. Okay, our image doesn't show. There are two things we need to do. The first thing, we need to make sure that it's visible to anyone with the link. So we'll come here, click this, and we'll say share. Share with anyone with link. That's the first update we need to do. Click done. Let's come here. Nothing has changed. Let's come to security. Okay, we come to options, and then here under require image and file URL signing, we want to check that, and then we click save. Good. So once you do these things, when your new user comes, they see this. So new user, and then this is probably like preview of the app. Do you get it? So they see all these things, and then let's continue. Under control, we need one more field that says instructions. I'm going to set this to show. I'm going to set this to text. I'm going to say I'll probably have a section header before I'll have that. So let me just put the instructions here already. So number one, fill in all the fields in the control panel. The one is control panel. Before you move to next step. Okay, step 2, edit icon. Click on the edit icon at the top left corner, top right corner, before you can make entries. Step 3, make all entries in the transaction entry pane. Something like that. You can have a much more detailed expression of however you want to say, but it's just an example. Good. So I have something like this. I'm going to create instruction header. I'm going to call this show as well. And then I'm going to come here to section header. I'm going to say how to use GL entry sheet, something like that, right? Done. So we come here to this view and we add these two. Instruction header and instruction, something like this. You get it. Click save. Good. So the new user will see something like this. And once they click save, it will save their email into the control sheet and create a new row for them. That's the whole logic. Right, good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click cancel here, come GL. I need to create an action button, a plus. That when I click here, it takes me to that particular sheet. If I'm a new user, if I'm not a new user, it takes me directly to the GL entry sheet. So come here, click plus, create a new action. And I'm going to, over here, I'm going to say link to GL entry. Good. From GL entry, I'm going to another view within this app. Good. If in user email can be found in control ID, then straight away I want you to take me to link GL entry. GL entry. Good. Other than that, I want you to take me to link control form. Simple. So if the user's name is already in the control ID list, take me to link GL entry. Other than that, take me to link control form. Good. I'll make this a plus button. Something like this. And I'll make it primary. Good. This action should only be in this sheet here. Then I click this. You see, I come here because daniel@gmail.com is already in that list. But if I change it, it will change. So let me take this guy off and let me make this daniel.frames and save. Okay, good. All right. Let me save this. Right, good. Now, if I click this as daniel.frames, I come here. Do you get it? And I see welcome new user, how to use GL entry sheet, blah, 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 blah. When I click save, it takes me here. But then what happens is if you come here now, I have a section in the control dedicated to frame form, daniel frames. That's basically because of this. You get it? So we've achieved one section of that. Now, what we need to do is when you save, the user should automatically come here. So we'll come here to control the forms, and then we're going to say upon finishing, take the person to gl.entry. Where are you? gl.entry. Good. Let me save this. Good. So let's test this. So Daniel Nicole, apply. So if you come to gl.entry, you see there are no values in control for daniel.nicole, right? When I click on the plus, he reads this instructions, he understands it, he clicks. No, instead of clicking save, we can change it to start, but let me leave it as save for now. And then when he comes to control now, he has this, but then he doesn't have transaction entry. There are no entries for him. So what we need to do is we need to create a script. The reason why we're going to create a script is because if we want an action button to do this, it's going to take a very long time for an action to create rules one by one. So we are going to create a script, and that script is going to help us do this. Okay. Okay, so we are here in ChatGPT. Now, because I'm not an expert in JavaScript and AppScript, I always rely on ChatGPT to get these things done for me. I also find it very useful to provide screenshots. That helps ChatGPT have a context of what you're trying to do. So over here, I make sure the sheet name appears and then the column headers also appear. I'm trying to tell him that this is a control sheet, and then over here is a sheet of the entry sheet. Basically, what I want ChatGPT to do is whenever there's a new entry in the control sheet, I want him to create 40 new rows in the entry sheet. And then for column A, we just continue the sequence. Column B, you repeat the entry in column A of the control sheet. Column C, you have 20 debits and 20 credits. And column D, you have 20, 1 to 20, 1 to 20. So I have it where I said I have two sheets, control and entry. For every row in control where H is blank, I want the script to create 40 rows in the entry sheets. For column A in the entry sheet, these are sequence of numbers increased by 1. Just continue that sequence, the last number plus 1. Column B should be a repetition of the column A value in the control sheet in each of the 40 rows. Column B should be a repetition of column A value in the control sheet in each of the 40 rows I'm creating. Column C should be 20 entries of debit for the first 20 and 20 entries of credit for the next 20. Column D should be a sequence of 1 to 20 for all rows set to debit in column C and 1 to 20 for all rows set to credit in column C of the entry sheet. You get it? Please give me a script. Give me an app script for this. All right, but I do not want a menu. I just want the script to be triggered by an app. So I don't want this whole menu, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so I'm just going to take this section part off. I don't need this part. Okay, you know what? Let me just copy this and then take it into my app. So we'll come here to extensions. We're going to test it first. Good. So let's save this for now. Let's come here, let's run this and let's see what happens. We need to provide permission. Click this, advanced, and go to click OK. And you see this completed this action in just like 30 seconds. It's done. Good. So we ran the script and you can see over here, it's created new rules again, right? And then what it did was, it was clever enough to even put values over here. Okay. So I'll say script run date. So once this data over there, the script is not going to run. So I'm going to delete these rules because I already have them. I don't want duplicates. All right, so we have this, our script is finally working. Now we're not going to leave the script over here. We're going to call the script into AppSheet, right? So I'm going to copy this, come here into our folder, click this, click more, app scripts. Okay, create a script. Paste this script over here. You see, I'm going to call this new users rules rename. Okay. Now this script can go. We don't need him. Let's come into our app, and then we're going to first regenerate the control table to include our script run dates, else it will not be stable. Actually needs to know all the columns in your data. I'm going to hide this. I don't need to show it. Good. Now come here to bolt, create a new bolt in the control sheets. Okay, so where is my events? Create a new event in the control. When there are ads, only when there are ads, this should run. So new user. Okay. Add a step. Okay. Now I'm going to call a script. What's the name of my script? My script is called new user rules. New users rules. Good. Okay. Move this guy here. And then let this sync. So the script has no function. That's fine because you haven't saved this here. So click save. Come here. Refresh this. Okay. Authorize AppSheet to be able to carry out this. And then you click here. Then click advance. Click go to new users. Click OK. Click allow. All right. Now it's going to pull in the function. You choose that. And then you click save. Now that we've saved this, what we're going to do is, let me bring this guy here. We'll come back here, come to views. So we're going to test it out. So I'll come back to my app here, come to GL. Okay, so click link to GL entry. Okay, this is an existing user, so it currently automatically has this. But then what if we are having a new user? So I'm going to click refresh and I have this guy. Okay, now when I click this, I don't see the initial view you saw. I see this, the form view. So I see this, I see that, okay, welcome new user. How to use a geo entry sheet. Number one, you need to fill this section. Number two, you need to fill this section. And I click okay, blah, 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 blah. I can click save, or I can click proceed, change the save to proceed if I want. Now this syncs, it goes in there, AppSheet runs a bit, and then I'm not having any rules. It's not working. It didn't work. But the script ran. So what am I missing? Is there a chance? Let's come here again. This is getting interesting. Control sheet, run script date. Is there a chance there's a formula over here? Oh, what did I say? Save this. Click done. Done. Okay, let's try this one more time. Control. I'm going to clear this. Okay, when we click on this link, right, we see this. Let's first change this save and cancel to proceed. So I'm going to come here to my app, come to view, come to settings, come to localize. Okay, where is save? Save. Yeah. I'm going to use a formula. I'm going to say if, because if context view is equal to GL, no, it's equal to control form. Control form. Instead of save, I want you to give me the word proceed or go to GL entry. Other than that, give me save. Something like this. Let's see if this works. Let's come here. It's refreshing. Click link. Go to GL entry. Fantastic. Easy. So when a user comes here, he reads this, how to use GL entry sheet, blah, 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 blah. It's done. He clicks go to GL entry. This syncs. Let's see what happens. Okay. Entry sheet is still not flowing in. This is done. Okay. Entry. Control. The script didn't run. Why did that script not run? Let's test this out and see. It says apps create execution field with code user and message cannot read properties now. Reading get sheet by name. Okay, good. So when we come here, this create field because in this function, it's good to have a little understanding of these things. Over here, we are saying spreadsheet.getActive, right? But then this particular function or this particular script is not in the active workbook. It's a different workbook. So we need to provide the link. So we need to use open by URL. Do you get it? And you provide your sheet's URL over here. So I'm going to come here, copy my sheet's URL, and I'll paste it over here like this, right? Then I'll save. Then we test this again. Sometimes these things happen. Okay, so we'll come here, we'll run this, we'll come back here to GL, run, then we click on the link like this. Okay, then we click go to GL, entry. Let's see what happens now. Fantastic. So Google Apps Script has come through and has created our rules for us. Good. You see, as long as it saves or syncs, the rules are created. If you're going to use this with an action, it's going to take so long to get this done. And that is why we are relying on App Script or AppSheet and Google Apps Script to create the rules for us. So now we're in business. We've been able to create our control and entry sheet. I know it's taking so long, but then once we enter information, it flows into our GL. Now we can move on to the next session, which is creating our trial balance, creating our income statement, and creating our balance sheet. So thank you for joining me for this video and see you in the next one.